The bass from the speakers vibrates through my bones as I watch my best friend raise her champagne glass, commanding attention from the crowd gathered in my apartment. My birthday celebration feels perfect. The warm glow of string lights, the comfortable buzz of wine, familiar faces everywhere. Kimberly's silver dress catches the light as she moves, and I smile, already anticipating her usual heartfelt toast. Everyone, I have an announcement to make. Her voice rings clear above the music. My chest swells with affection. Of course, she'd use my birthday to say something special about our friendship. 15 years of being inseparable does that to people. I catch Mateo's eye across the room. He raises his eyebrows playfully, probably thinking the same thing. The music dims, and the casual chatter fades to expectant silence. The wellness app has been approved for Series A funding. Kimberly's voice trembles with excitement. $10 million! I just got the call an hour ago. My glass nearly slips from my fingers. The wellness app. Our wellness app. The one we'd spent 18 months developing together in my spare bedroom, fueled by coffee and dreams. Except, she'd said I, not we. The room erupts in cheers. Someone pops another bottle of champagne. Through the blur of bodies rushing to congratulate her, I see Kimberly's face glowing with triumph. Not once does she look my way. Oh my God, Kim, that's incredible. You're going to be the next big thing in tech. I always knew you had it in you. The words swirl around me like smoke, choking me. My sister Gemma appears at my side, her hand finding mine. Fatima, she whispers. What's happening? I shake my head, unable to speak. The room suddenly feels too hot, too crowded. My birthday decorations mock me with their cheerfulness. On the wall, there's still that photo of Kimberly and me from last summer, arms around each other, grinning like idiots after our first successful beta test. Kim, I finally managed to call out, my voice stronger than I feel. Can we talk for a minute? She turns, and for a split second, something flickers across her face. Guilt? Fear? But it's gone so fast, I might have imagined it. Of course, babe. Just give me a sec. Jarvis wants to discuss next steps. Jarvis, the investor we'd pitched to together 3 weeks ago. He's watching me now with careful neutrality, champagne untouched in his hand. I retreat to my kitchen, gripping the counter until my knuckles turn white. The granite is cool against my palms, anchoring me as my world tilts sideways. Through the doorway, I watch Kimberly work the room like she was born for it. Maybe she was. You okay? Mateo appears beside me, his presence steady and grounding. That was unexpected. I laugh, but it comes out hollow. That's one word for it. I pull out my phone, hands shaking as I open my emails. Yesterday's correspondence with our development team is gone. Our shared drive, access denied. Even our Instagram account password has been changed. I need everyone to leave, I whisper. Mateo squeezes my shoulder. I'll handle it. 20 minutes later, my apartment is empty except for scattered glasses and deflating balloons. Kimberly left without saying goodbye, her perfume lingering like a ghost. My phone buzzes with a text from her. We'll talk tomorrow. Promise. Just had to strike while the iron was hot. Love you. I sink onto my couch, surrounded by the debris of celebration turned funeral. My fingers find the USB drive in my desk drawer. The one with all our original code, our late-night brainstorming sessions, our shared dreams backed up. But when I plug it in, the files are corrupted. She's thought of everything. Another text lights up my phone, this time from an unknown number. Saw the announcement. Thought you should know. Kim's been meeting with the board for months. Solo. Sorry. The room spins as pieces click into place. Her sudden business trips, the changed passwords, the delayed meetings. While I coded our future, she coded my erasure. I grab the nearest champagne bottle and hurl it against the wall. It shatters spectacularly, leaving a dark stain like a Rorschach test of betrayal. In its dripping pattern, I see 15 years of friendship dissolving into nothing. My phone buzzes again. Kimberly's face lights up my screen, her caller ID photo showing us both laughing at some forgotten joke. I let it ring until the screen goes dark. Tomorrow, she'll have explanations. Tomorrow, she'll try to smooth this over with practiced words and calculated tears. Tomorrow, she'll learn exactly who she's underestimated. But tonight, I sit in the wreckage of my 31st birthday, watching champagne drip down my wall, and plan how to take back everything she stole. Morning light filters through the wine-stained wall, casting a sickly purple shadow across my workspace. I've been staring at my development notebook for hours, fingers tracing the familiar loops of Kimberly's handwriting in the margins. "Love this," she'd scrawled next to my original algorithm. "You're brilliant, F." My brilliance. Her success. My phone has been buzzing since dawn. I silence another call from her and open my laptop instead. The wellness app's landing page loads, and there she is. Kimberly's face beaming under the headline, "Visionary Founder Secures Major Investment." The article mentions her innovative solo venture and unique vision. I scroll through comments congratulating her until my vision blurs. A message pops up from Mateo. "Check your email, now." The attachment is a series of screenshots, private messages between Kimberly and Jarvis from 3 months ago. My stomach lurches as I read, "F is great with code, but she's not ready for this level. Too idealistic. The board needs someone who understands business reality." Agreed. Better to make the split now. Clean break. Already working on isolating her contributions. Will look like natural project drift. A sound escapes me. Half laugh, half sob. Natural project drift. Is that what she calls systematic erasure? My doorbell rings. Through the peephole, I see Kimberly shifting nervously, clutching 2 coffee cups. For a moment, I'm transported back to countless mornings of coding sessions fueled by her perfect lattes. My hand hovers over the doorknob. "Fatima?" Her voice is muffled. "Please, let me explain." I open the door but block the entrance. She looks immaculate as always, not a hair out of place. The coffee she holds out like a peace offering has my usual order scrawled on it. "You've got 3 minutes." "I was going to tell you everything," she starts. The board. They had concerns about split leadership. They wanted a clear vision, one voice. I fought for us, but... Funny how your fight ended with you getting everything and me getting nothing, she flinches. "It's not nothing. I'm offering you a senior developer position. Full benefits, competitive salary. To work for you?" The laugh that tears from my throat sounds foreign. "To help you profit from my own idea?" "Our idea," she corrects softly. "And you'd be valued." "Like you valued 15 years of friendship?" Her perfectly maintained facade cracks. "That's not fair. This is business, Fatima. Sometimes we have to make hard choices." "We?" I pull out my phone and read Jarvis's messages aloud. Her face drains of color. "Where did you get those?" "Does it matter? They're your words, Kim. Your choices. Your reality." She sets the coffees down, hands trembling slightly. "Look, I know you're hurt, but this doesn't have to be the end. Think about it. You're amazing with code, but you hate the business side. The networking, the politics. This way, we both get to do what we're best at." "What I'm best at," I repeat slowly, "is trusting people who don't deserve it." Something shifts in her eyes, a flash of the old Kimberly, the one who held me through breakups and celebrated my smallest victories. "Please don't do anything rash. This could still work. Like how you disabled my access? Corrupted my backup files? That kind of rash?" She takes a step back. "That was protection. Legal recommended. Get out." "Fatima, get out." The coffees topple as she retreats, spilling across my welcome mat. I watch the liquid seep into the fiber, staining it dark like secrets finally surfacing. My phone buzzes. Zuriel, my old coding buddy from grad school. "Heard what happened. Still have the original GitHub repositories. Want to see something interesting?" My hands shake as I type, "Show me everything." Another message from Mateo follows. "Meeting set with Reagan Wilson tomorrow. She's interested in your side of the story." I sink to the floor, back against the door, and open my development notebook again. Behind Kimberly's effusive notes, my original code remains. the foundation she built her empire on, the proof she thought she'd erased. The coffee seeps under the door, touching my feet. I don't move. Let it stain. Let it remind me that some marks don't wash away with pretty words and practiced apologies. I text Zuriel back. Time to show everyone who really wrote the story she's telling. The reply is instant. Already working on it. Hope she backed up her lies better than she backed up your code. A strange calm settles over me as I close my notebook. Kimberly taught me about business reality today. Time to teach her about consequences. My heart pounds as Zuriel's fingers fly across his keyboard, lines of code scrolling past faster than I can process. We're huddled in his cramped home office, the air thick with coffee and possibility. 3 monitors display different aspects of the app's architecture. My architecture. There, he mutters, pointing to a timestamp. Look at the commit history. I lean forward, squinting at the screen. That's my original authentication protocol. She barely changed it. More than that. Zuriel pulls up another window. The entire user interface flow. It's your work. She just rebranded it. Changed variable names, added some comments. Amateur hour. A hollow laugh escapes me. Guess she was too busy networking to learn proper coding. Wait. He freezes, cursor hovering over a particular section. This is interesting. What? These data handling protocols? They're not up to privacy standards. Like, not even close. He glances at me. Didn't you two have long discussions about user privacy? The memory hits like a punch to the gut. Kimberly and me arguing past midnight about data protection. She'd called me paranoid, but eventually agreed to my stricter protocols. Or so I thought. She stripped out all the safety measures. I whisper. Why would she? My phone buzzes. Mateo. Meeting with Reagan in 30. You ready? I check my reflection in Zuriel's window. Dark circles under my eyes, hair hastily pulled back. I look exactly like someone who's been up for 36 hours hunting digital ghosts. Keep digging, I tell Zuriel. I need everything you can find. Reagan's office feels too large, too exposed. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlook the city where, somewhere, Kimberly is probably celebrating her triumph. Reagan herself radiates careful neutrality as she reviews the documents on her tablet. These allegations are serious, she says finally. Privacy violations, intellectual property theft. I have proof. My voice sounds stronger than I feel. The original code, the development timeline, and a personal relationship that clouds everything. Reagan sets down her tablet. The board will say you're bitter, jealous. They'll paint you as the desperate ex-friend trying to sabotage a successful woman. But the evidence might not matter. Her eyes soften. Fatima, I've seen this before. Tech is still a boys' club. They love nothing more than women tearing each other down. It validates their worst assumptions. My throat tightens. So I should just let her win? I'm saying choose your battlefield carefully. She leans forward. The privacy violations, that's your angle. Users don't care about who wrote what code. But their personal data? That gets attention. My phone buzzes again. Zuriel. Found something big. The app is selling location data to third parties, without consent. The room suddenly feels colder. She's not just stealing from me, I murmur. She's stealing from everyone who trusts the app. Reagan watches me process this. Now you're thinking clearly. But remember, once you start this, there's no going back. Not for you, not for her. I'm about to respond when another message appears. Gemma. Kim's at Mom's house. She's telling them her side of the story. The betrayal hits in waves. First my work, now my family. I need to go. I stand abruptly. But I'll be in touch. The drive to my parents' house is a blur. By the time I pull up, Kimberly's car is gone, but the damage is done. Mom meets me at the door, her expression a mix of concern and disappointment. She says you're trying to hurt her because you're jealous. Mom says softly, that you always wanted more credit than you deserved. And you believe her? I don't know what to believe. She touches my cheek. You both were like daughters to me. Now everything's broken. I pull away. She broke it. Not me. Back in my car, tears finally come. Through blurred vision, I text Zuriel. How fast can you document the privacy violations? His response is immediate. Give me 48 hours. Want to make it bulletproof. Another message pops up, this time from Mateo. Whatever you need, I'm here. I start the car, hands steady despite everything. Kimberly thought she could erase me from my own story. Instead, she wrote herself into a corner. My phone rings. It's Reagan. I've been thinking, she says when I answer. There's someone you should meet. He's had similar experiences with Jarvis and the board. Who? Let's just say he knows where all the bodies are buried. Dinner tomorrow? I watch the sun set over the city, painting everything in shades of possibility and revenge. Text me the details. Sometimes the most dangerous person isn't the one who takes everything. It's the one left with nothing to lose. The restaurant Reagan chose screams old money, all dark wood and hushed conversations. I smooth my blazer, feeling underdressed despite Mateo's assurances before I left. He'd insisted on helping me prepare, like this was a battle requiring armor. Maybe it is. Reagan waves from a corner booth where she sits with a man I recognize from tech magazines. Marcus, former CEO of 3 successful startups, now mysteriously pursuing other interests. His smile doesn't reach his eyes. Fatima, he says, standing to shake my hand. I've heard interesting things about your situation. I slide into the booth, hyper-aware of other diners who might recognize us. How much do you know? Enough to know Jarvis hasn't changed his playbook. Marcus signals the waiter. Scotch? Neat. You'll want one too. I order wine instead. Reagan watches the exchange with careful attention. 2 years ago, Marcus continues, I had a promising medical tech company. Jarvis came in with funding and big promises. 6 months later, I was out. Sound familiar? My hand tightens around my water glass. How? Death by 1,000 cuts, board meetings I wasn't invited to, crucial emails I never received. Then suddenly my COO, my friend of 10 years, was the new CEO. He takes a long sip of scotch. Your friend Kimberly? She's been meeting with Jarvis since January, not March. The timeline shift hits me like vertigo. January, when we were still pulling all-nighters, when she was still bringing me coffee and calling me brilliant. How do you know? He slides his phone across the table. Photos appear. Kimberly and Jarvis at restaurants, coffee shops. In one, they're laughing over drinks. The date stamp, January 15th. I keep tabs on Jarvis. Marcus explains. Old habits. That was... My voice catches. That was the day I finished the core algorithm. Reagan leans forward. Fatima, there's more. The privacy violations you found? They're not bugs. They're features. What? Data harvesting is the real business model, Marcus says quietly. The wellness app is just the delivery system. Jarvis has buyers lined up. Insurance companies, employers, marketing firms. They're not investing in wellness. They're investing in surveillance. The wine arrives. I drink half of it in one swallow, mind racing. All those late-night debates with Kimberly about user privacy suddenly shift into focus. She wasn't just dismissing my concerns. She was actively hiding the truth. I can't let this happen, I say. Those users trust us. Trust me. That's why we're here. Reagan's voice is gentle but firm. We can help you expose this, but timing is crucial. Once Jarvis realizes you know... My phone buzzes. Gemma. Emergency. Call now. Excuse me, I mumble, sliding out of the booth. In the restaurant's elegant bathroom, I call my sister. They're moving the launch up, Gemma says without preamble. Kim just told Mom it's happening next week. She was bragging about some big corporate contracts already signed. My free hand grips the marble counter. How did you find out? I'm at Mom's. Kim's here again, playing the victim. She's... Gemma hesitates. She's crying about how betrayed she feels by you. Mom's completely falling for it. Something inside me hardens. Let her cry. Next week, everyone will know exactly who betrayed whom. Back at the table, Marcus is showing Reagan something on his tablet. They both look up as I approach. Change of plans, I announce. The launch is next week. We need to move faster. Marcus nods slowly. Might be better. Less time for them to cover their tracks. He pulls out a business card, writes something on the back. Call this number tomorrow. Ask for Diane. She's a reporter who's been investigating Jarvis for months. She'll want to hear your story. And the privacy violations? I'll have everything documented by Monday. Reagan promises. But Fatima? Are you sure? This goes beyond Kimberly now. You'll be taking on serious players. My phone lights up with a text from Kimberly. Miss you. Wish we could talk this through. Family isn't the same without you. I turn the phone face down. They took my work, my friendship, and now they're trying to take my family. All while planning to exploit people's trust for profit. I meet their eyes. I'm not just sure. I'm ready. Marcus raises his glass. Then let's talk strategy. Hours later, I sit in my car, staring at the restaurant's elegant facade. My notes from dinner feel like ammunition, heavy in my bag. Tomorrow, I'll call Diane. Tomorrow, I'll start the countdown to destruction. My phone buzzes one last time. Mateo. Whatever happens next week, I've got your back. I start the engine, something like peace settling over me. Kimberly taught me about betrayal. Time to teach her about consequences. The tech conference buzzes with artificial enthusiasm, hundreds of people networking under fluorescent lights. I adjust my press badge, courtesy of Diane, and try to look like I belong. Somewhere in this crowd, Kimberly is preparing for her keynote speech about the app's revolutionary approach to wellness. You don't have to be here, Mateo murmurs beside me. Diane has everything she needs for the story. I need to see this. I scan the crowd. I need to... The words die in my throat. Kimberly stands 30 feet away, surrounded by admirers. She's wearing the green dress I helped her pick for her sister's wedding, the one that makes her look softened somehow, more human. For a moment, muscle memory almost makes me wave. Then I see Jarvis appear beside her, his hand possessive on her lower back. They share a look I recognize, the same conspiratorial gleam I used to see directed at me. Fatima? Mateo touches my arm. Maybe we should... Well, this is unexpected. Reagan materializes between us, her voice tight. You need to leave, now. What? Why? Because, she glances over her shoulder. Jarvis just added a last-minute panel about intellectual property rights in tech. Guess who's moderating? My stomach drops. You? I tried to back out, but... She meets my eyes. They know Fatima. About our dinner with Marcus. About Diane. They're going to paint this as corporate espionage. The room tilts slightly. That's ridiculous. I have proof? They have proof too. Documents showing you accessed company servers after your partnership dissolved. Emails to competitors. I never... Then it hits me. They planted evidence. Reagan nods grimly. Leave before the panel starts. Give us time to strategize. But as we turn to go, Kimberly's voice cuts through the crowd. Fatima? Oh my God, is that you? She's moving toward us, camera phones tracking her progress. Every head turns to watch the approaching storm. Don't, Mateo warns, but I'm already rooted in place. Kimberly reaches us, her smile camera ready. I'm so glad you came. I was just telling everyone how much you inspired the app's early development. The calculated precision of it, the careful wording, the public setting, makes my blood boil. Early development? Is that what we're calling it now? Of course, your input was so valuable. She touches my arm like we're still friends, like she hasn't spent months erasing me. Actually, I'd love for you to join the panel. Share your perspective on collaboration in tech. A trap wrapped in kindness and tied with manipulation. Classic Kim. Interesting timing, I say quietly, right when Diane's story is about to break. Something flickers behind her smile. I don't know what you're talking about. The data harvesting? The privacy violations? Any of that ring a bell? She steps closer, voice dropping. Don't do this. Please, you don't understand what's at stake. I understand perfectly. You sold out our vision to become Jarvis's puppet. No. Her fingers dig into my arm. You don't. They have everything, Fatima. Every drunk text you ever sent me. Every time you bent coding regulations to meet deadlines. Every shortcut we took together. If I go down, the threat hangs between us. In the corner of my eye, I see Jarvis watching, his expression smug. You're breaking my heart, I whisper. Again. For a second, real pain crosses her face. I never wanted... Ms. Sims? An assistant appears. 5 minutes until your keynote. Kimberly straightens, mask sliding back into place. Think carefully about your next move, she says. Family protects family, remember? She walks away, crowds parting before her. I stand frozen until Mateo's voice breaks through. We need to go. Now. In the parking lot, my hands shake so badly I drop my keys. Mateo picks them up but doesn't hand them over. I'll drive, he says. Your place or mine? Neither. I pull out my phone, finding Zuriel's number. We need a secure location. They're going to try to access my devices, plant more evidence. Fatima. Mateo hesitates. Are you sure you want to keep fighting? The cost is already too high to back down. I meet his worried gaze. She just threatened to destroy me, Mateo. She's not my family anymore. She's not even the person I thought I knew. My phone buzzes. Diane. Story's ready. Say the word. Another text follows from an unknown number. Interesting panel coming up. Shame about those server logs. Better lawyer up. I close my eyes, feeling the weight of what comes next. Take me to Zuriel's. We need to move faster than they can bury us. Mateo starts the car, and we leave the conference behind. In my mind, I see Kimberly taking the stage, smiling her perfect smile, selling her stolen dreams. Tomorrow, that smile will cost her everything. Zuriel's basement hums with servers, the blue LED lights casting everything in a surreal glow. I haven't slept in 36 hours, surviving on coffee and rage. Mateo dozed off hours ago on the ancient couch, but his presence steadies me even in sleep. They're good. Zuriel mutters, fingers dancing across keyboards. Every time I counter one false trail, 3 more appear. They've got someone skilled. I lean closer to his screens, watching lines of code blur together. Can you prove the evidence is planted? Maybe, but... He hesitates. There's something else. Something weird in the app's new code push. My phone buzzes. Gemma. Mom's in the hospital. Panic attack after Kim's visit. Come home, please. The room spins. I grab the desk to steady myself. Fatima? Zuriel turns. What's wrong? I can't... My voice cracks. I have to go. The hospital corridor stretches endlessly. When I finally find my mom's room, Kimberly is already there, holding my mother's hand. Because of course she is. Oh, honey. Mom reaches for me with her free hand. I'm fine. Just got myself worked up. About what? I remain in the doorway, watching Kimberly's perfectly constructed concern. All this fighting. Mom's voice trembles. Kim was telling me about the legal troubles coming. Baby, what have you gotten yourself into? Kimberly stands, smoothing her skirt. I should give you family time. You've seen to that already, haven't you? The words come out sharp enough to make Mom flinch. Fatima, she starts, but my phone rings. Zuriel. What? I step into the hallway. The code push. It's not just data harvesting. They're implementing something called Project Echo. It's... Jesus, Fatima, it's basically spyware. Full device access, camera, microphone, everything. My blood runs cold. How many users? Current build shows 5 million downloads. Launch push goes live at midnight. 5 million people. 5 million lives about to be invaded. I turn back to the hospital room where Kimberly is whispering something to my mother. Their heads are close together, intimate as sisters. The sight burns. Do it, I tell Zuriel. Send everything to Diane. Now. Fatima, wait. I hang up, stepping back into the room. Get out. Kimberly straightens. Your mother needs... What she needs is to stop being your pawn. I move closer. Project Echo. Ring any bells? She pales slightly, but recovers quickly. I don't know what you're... 5 million users, Kim. 5 million people who trusted us to help them, not spy on them. You don't understand the market pressures. Get out. She gathers her purse, mask cracking slightly. I did try to protect you, she whispers. You have no idea how much worse this could be. Is that what you tell yourself at night? She reaches the door, then turns. When this all comes out, remember, you chose this, not me. After she leaves, Mom starts crying. I sit on her bed, taking her hand. I don't understand, she sobs. You two were everything to each other. My phone buzzes repeatedly. Zuriel, Mateo, Diane, all at once. I silence it. Mom, I need you to listen. I squeeze her hand. Tomorrow things are going to get ugly. Really ugly. But I need you to remember that everything I'm doing is because some things matter more than friendship, more than family. Some things are just right or wrong. She studies my face. You sound like your father before his big cases. Dad taught me that, remember? Stand for something or fall for anything? A small smile. He'd be proud of you, whatever this is. My phone screen lights up with a text from Diane. Story goes live in 1 hour. Last chance to pull back. I think of Kimberly's threats, the planted evidence, my mother in this hospital bed. Then I think of 5 million people about to have their lives invaded without consent. No going back. I text Diane. Mom has drifted to sleep, her hand still in mine. My phone shows another message, this one from Kimberly. Final warning. I still have the power to stop this. I reply with 2 words. Too late. The hospital machines beep steadily as notifications start flooding in. Diane's story must be live. In my mind, I see Kimberly receiving the news. Her perfect world starting to crack. Let it break. Let it all come crashing down. Sometimes doing the right thing means burning every bridge you've ever built. Sometimes justice costs everything. I'm ready to pay the price. The tech company's lobby buzzes with chaos. Reporters cluster around the entrance, smartphones raised like weapons. Security guards look overwhelmed. Through the glass doors, I watch Jarvis hurry past, barking into his phone. Ready? Mateo asks beside me. I check my phone one last time. Diane's story has exploded across every major tech site. Wellness app scandal trends nationwide. The company's stock is in freefall. Ready. We push through the doors just as Kimberly emerges from an elevator flanked by lawyers. She stops dead when she sees me. For a moment, we're frozen in tableau. Her designer suit against my simple blazer, her entourage versus my lone ally. You've ruined everything, she says, voice carrying across the lobby. Phones turn to capture the confrontation. No, I step forward. You did that when you chose profit over privacy. When you decided 5 million people's trust meant nothing. Trust? She laughs, but it sounds hollow. You want to talk about trust? Show them the rest, Fatima. Show them your drunk coding sessions, the corners we cut together. Already did. I hold up my phone. Full disclosure to the ethics board this morning. Every mistake, every shortcut, all documented. The difference is I'm willing to face consequences. Are you? Something flickers in her eyes. Fear, maybe recognition. A lawyer whispers in her ear, but she waves him off. You think you're so righteous. She moves closer. But I know you. The real you. The one who cried over every rejection, who needed me to believe in her. You're nothing without me. The words are designed to cut deep, to find old wounds. 6 months ago, they would have destroyed me. Now they feel like proof I made the right choice. That's where you're wrong. My voice stays steady. I'm not the scared girl you betrayed anymore. I'm the woman who stopped you from betraying millions. Millions? She steps closer, mask slipping. I gave them what they wanted. A free app, perfect features, seamless experience. You think they care about privacy? Tell that to the parents whose children's locations were being tracked, the employees whose mental health data was sold to their bosses, the users whose cameras were about to be hijacked. The lobby falls silent. Even the reporters lower their phones, the weight of the violation sinking in. You don't understand. Kimberly's voice cracks slightly. The market demands. I understand perfectly. I pull out a USB drive, the one containing our original code, our original vision. This is what we built, Kim. Before Jarvis, before the compromises. Remember? We were going to help people, not exploit them. Her eyes fix on the drive. For a moment, I see a flash of the friend I loved. The dreamer who stayed up late planning how to make the world better. It's too late, she whispers. No. I hold out the drive. It's not. Tell the truth. All of it. Help us fix this. She reaches for the drive, fingers trembling. Behind her, Jarvis bursts from the elevator. Don't you dare, he shouts. One word and every NDA triggers. You'll never work in tech again. Kimberly freezes. I see the moment she makes her choice, watch her hand drop away. I'm sorry, she says, but she's looking at Jarvis, not me. No, I tuck the drive away. You're not. Not yet. I turn to the reporters. Full technical documentation of Project Echo has been sent to your offices. User data extraction protocols, unauthorized surveillance capabilities, corporate buyer lists, everything. Check your emails. You can't, Jarvis starts. I already did. I meet Kimberly's eyes one last time. You taught me well. Always have a backup plan, right? Her perfect composure cracks completely. Fatima, please. Miss Sims, reporters call out. Did you knowingly implement spyware? Was user data sold without consent? Are the privacy violations systematic? I leave her there, surrounded by questions she can't escape. Mateo follows me out into the sunlight, his hand finding mine. You okay? He asks softly. My phone buzzes with messages. Zuriel, Reagan, Mom, Gemma. A community I didn't lose after all. Behind us, through the glass doors, I watch Kimberly face the consequences of her choices. She looks small suddenly, stripped of her power and pretense. Yeah. I squeeze Mateo's hand. I am. We walk away as sirens approach. Probably the federal investigators Diane mentioned. My phone shows another notification. A message from a user support group forming for app victims. They're asking for help rebuilding something better, something honest. Want to get coffee? Mateo asks. Plan our next move? I look back one last time at the chaos we created. Sometimes justice doesn't feel like victory. Sometimes it just feels like truth finally breaking free. Coffee sounds perfect, I say. I have some ideas I want to run by you. This time, I'll build something on my own terms. No betrayals, no compromises, no shadows. Just truth, hard work, and the right people by my side. Rain drums against the coffee shop windows, but inside it's warm and familiar. This place has become our unofficial office. Mine, Mateo's, and Zuriel's. The same corner table where we first planned our new app, now covered in laptops and empty cups. Final user count? I ask, refreshing my screen. Just crossed 50,000. Zuriel grins. All organic growth, no marketing tricks. And every privacy protection we can build, Mateo adds, sliding a fresh latte toward me. My phone buzzes. A news alert about Jarvis pleading guilty to data trafficking charges. I swipe it away, but not before catching Kimberly's name in the headline. She turned state's evidence last week, finally choosing truth over loyalty. Speaking of privacy, Zuriel leans forward. You should see this. He turns his laptop, showing an email from an unfamiliar address. My heart stops when I read it. Is this real? Very. The biggest mental health advocacy group in the country wants to partner. They love our transparent approach, the user protections. They want to help scale it properly. Without compromising the core values, Mateo reads over my shoulder. That's huge. The bell above the door chimes. I look up to see my mother entering, shaking rain from her umbrella. She's been doing better since everything happened. Stronger somehow. Sorry I'm late, she says, pulling up a chair. But I brought something you need to see. She slides an envelope across the table. Inside is a letter, handwritten on expensive paper. I recognize the flowing script immediately. Kim? Mateo asks quietly. I nod, unfolding the pages. Dear Fatima, it begins. By the time you read this, I'll have finished my testimony. The prosecutors say it will help, but we both know that's not why I finally told the truth. I did it because watching you stand in that lobby, choosing right over easy, reminded me of who we used to be, who I used to be. My hands shake slightly as I read on. The thing is, you were never nothing without me. I was nothing without you. Without your moral compass, your stubborn integrity, your refusal to take the easy way out. I just couldn't admit it until I lost everything that didn't matter and found what did. You okay? Mateo touches my arm. I nod, continuing to read. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm not even asking for a response. I just want you to know that what you're building now, it's what we dreamed of creating before I lost my way. And watching you do it right, watching you help people the way we always planned, it hurts, but it heals too. The final paragraph makes my breath catch. You asked me once why I betrayed you. The truth is, I was terrified of failing, of being ordinary, of not mattering. But you showed me that mattering isn't about success or power. It's about choosing right when it costs you everything. You matter, Fatima. You always did. I just wish I'd been brave enough to matter the way you do. Mom squeezes my hand as I fold the letter. Outside, the rain has stopped, sunlight breaking through clouds. The advocacy group needs an answer. Zuriel reminds me gently. I look around the table. At Mateo's quiet support, Zuriel's brilliant loyalty, my mother's unwavering love. Then at my laptop, showing our app's simple interface. No hidden code, no secret agendas, just honest help for people who need it. Tell them yes, I say, but we do it our way. Complete transparency, user control over every data point, ethical oversight built into the corporate structure. It'll be harder, Zuriel warns. Slower growth, lower profits. Good. I open my laptop, fingers hovering over the keyboard. Some things should be hard. Some things should cost us something. What are you working on? Mom peers at my screen. Response protocol for user privacy requests. Making sure everyone knows exactly what happens to their data every step of the way. Always the protector, she smiles. No. I think of Kimberly's letter, of choices and consequences, of integrity and its price. Just someone trying to matter in the right way. Mateo raises his coffee cup. To mattering. We all lift our cups, sunlight streaming through the windows, turning ordinary coffee into something golden. Something true. Sometimes betrayal teaches you who you really are. Sometimes losing everything shows you what you never lost at all. And sometimes the hardest path leads exactly where you needed to go. I begin to type, building safeguards into our digital world, one honest line of code at a time.